Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first off, in regards to the entire market, we are seeing that pullback that we have been watching for a while. I've told you guys my thoughts on Bitcoin as well as the entire market. I do think that we are in a bull trap and we will see a major pullback in this market, and we are basically seeing that right now. Now, I do think that we will go deeper on Bitcoin, and this will also allow QNT to hit some nice little lows. I'm watching to see if we can retest this like $80 range back here, which was about $77 on TradingView. I know it's saying like $88, but it was actually about like $77. I'm watching to see that or this floor model of about $60 to $70 being tested as well. Again, is it guaranteed? Not exactly. I do have fiat on the sidelines. I also do have a bag of QNT just in case we do have further continuation up. But I will be accumulating anything under $100 because the upside potential is something to not be ignored at all. But with that in mind, we are watching a few things. So it is no secret that QNT is in need of developers. We talked about Gilbert Verdian discussing in Telegram actually, saying like, hey, listen, like we have a ton of demand. We have a ton of individuals wanting to utilize Overledger, but the issue is we don't have enough developers to actually back that amount of growth. Now, is that a bad thing? Not at all. I actually think that that is a great thing. It shows how much individuals want to utilize Overledger. It also shows the demand around Overledger, but also even in regards to them looking for more developers, they did work with King's College to have this Overledger course provided to 27 million developers worldwide. And so far, we did see 2,000 signups already into their intro course on Overledger, which shows you the demand as well. But also, colleges offering courses for crypto should also show you exactly where this market is headed. I do think that as we do kind of move forward on in the future with crypto, we will see a lot more crypto like actual networks being utilized properly within the current infrastructure. I think that we are going to see a lot of the systems that we utilize on a day-to-day basis being built out on blockchain technology itself. And Quant is also preparing for this as well. They've actually talked about regulations and how they are a good thing. And I know that a lot of people in this market have an ill-perceived notion on regulations, thinking that they're going to be the death of crypto. It's going to kill this entire market, blah blah blah. I actually welcome in regulations. I think that we should all be welcoming them as well. And even Gilbert Verdian himself is saying like we should be welcoming them. Why? Well, we do see over here a sound regulatory approach for digital assets just came out today. We do see ultimately appropriate regulation should be a force for good. It can be put in place the infrastructure to complement our existing systems and encourage the exponential growth of new and better forms of money and digital assets whilst protecting consumers and markets alike. And I just want to ask you guys, like, how do you expect crypto to be a $100 trillion asset class without proper regulations? Like, are these major institutions going to jump headfirst into crypto without proper regulations in this space? No, absolutely not. That's why you do see a lot of the talks around Bitcoin, right? Like whenever a major institutional investor comes into this space, it's all about Bitcoin. Even BlackRock, it was all about Bitcoin. The reason why is because the SEC already gave their thoughts on Bitcoin. They think that, Bitcoin is a commodity. It should be, treated as a commodity. That's basically it. But nothing else in the space actually has like a regulatory clarity behind it. When we talk about regulations, should they be welcomed in? 100%. I think that there's a lot of issues within this space. I think that the Luna situation definitely sparked up a major debate around this market, as well as even Celsius, right? They even talk about Celsius down here in regards to like DeFi lending. A lot of the issues around crypto right now are just greed. A lot of people are throwing their money into these, exchanges, into these major platforms to get their 100% APY backed on their, $10, $100, $1,000, all the way up to like $10 million. I would not be giving away my crypto at all for any sort of APY. I've talked about this multiple times on this channel. But again, there's going to be those individuals that do see some sort of offer that's, saying, hey, jump in, get 100% APY, 1,000% APY. It's always going to be a problem until proper regulations come in to the point where they do share, transparency-wise. Like, I think that transparency is probably one of the biggest issues right now in crypto. I mean, go look at the number 3 asset, aka Tether, and tell me what their reserves are backed by. You can't, because they're not transparent on this. This is why I do think that regulations should be welcomed in. Not only will it allow for more transparency, but it will also allow for this market to have a continuation of mass adoption and also a lot more money to flood in. You think that $3 trillion was exciting back in November of 2021? Imagine $30 trillion or $300 trillion. Like, the future of this market is something monumental, but we will not get to that point without proper regulations. I tend to agree with Kevin O'Leary when he did say, when we really kind of look at crypto, it will become the 12th sector of the S&P 500. But the issue with that is that we just need regulations. And when we really kind of look at Quant, they are perfectly positioned to be in regulatory stance in regards to like regulatory clarity. I think everything that they have done so far up till now has tended to regulatory clarity for crypto itself. So they are probably on par with regulations. But also, we do see over here in regards to England, actually, a blog post by Owen Locke and Teresa Casino. I hope that I'm saying those names right, but at the Bank of England weighs in on financial risk posed by unregulated stablecoins and other digital assets in the metaverse. We agree, this will be another important emerging channel where harnessed standards and proportionate regulation for digital assets and payments can benefit enterprise and protect, consumers. It closely aligns with our view, of the need for interoperability of commercial stablecoins and also digital assets in the metaverse to achieve its full potential. Like I'm telling you guys right now, when we look at what Quant is doing, they are on the backbone of this entire market. This is why I say, if there was an asset that was supposed to flip, Bitcoin and Ethereum in the future, Quant is the one. Quant has always been the one. I share with you guys this not because of tokenomics. I really don't care about tokenomics all that much. Are they great for short-term gains? 100%. But it's not just the tokenomics that make Quant extremely special. It's the fact that Overledger is ultimately changing the entire way that the legacy system would interact with the crypto world. It is the backbone of crypto, and what that means is that it's also the backbone of the future systems that the world will run on. It's the backbone of the future financial system. Quant is playing a pivotal role here. And not only that, but they are also at the forefront of nearly everything that is extremely exciting about crypto. The metaverse, DeFi, everything that you could think about, even NFTs, they are playing a pivotal role on. Also, we do see over here, this goes back to 2021, our new joint white paper on MIT Connection Science on the practical challenges and solutions to implementing different types of CBDCs. Tokenized money is interoperable between domestic and cross-border payment systems. Our money needs to roam globally the way our phones do. And of course, this was that, CBDC challenges and a solution white paper. But the funny thing about this is that Quant is, and I do completely agree with this statement, the bluest of all chips on the crypto table. This is a blue chip stock. If I had to give you guys, if I was trying to tell you, all right, well, you have the blue chip stocks that are going to be massive giants in the future, and then you have the low grade ones. Quant will always be on that blue chip stock chart. Quant is an absolute giant in the making, even at $100. Even, at the all-time highs of $400, it was still extremely undervalued because, again, nobody in this space truly understands what interoperability means fundamentally for not only the current, financial system, but also even the future financial system. It is going to be a major, success driver of crypto. And also, over here, this was just from the 6th. Most big financial services institutions have 2 to 3 year strategy to digitize every type of instrument, asset, stock, and security they have to benefit from tokenization and access to markets and clients. A 2 to 3 year time frame strategy. This is huge because not only does it give us a time frame on these major institutions, but also it's a perfect time frame to look at in regards to where we are headed with tokenization as well. Massive giants will be tokenizing a lot of their instruments that they utilize on a day-to-day basis. We look at BlackRock getting into crypto as a very bullish, standard because not only does BlackRock have direct connections to almost nearly every global company, but also BlackRock as a major name shows all these other major institutions the success rate of them adopting crypto, but also moving in on crypto. it also shows the demand of crypto itself. But talking more so about tokenization, it is a very key, area to focus on. Going all the way back to March 24th of 2021, we did see from the World Economic Forum, digital tokens could transform the economies of the Middle East and North Africa if the governance keeps up. And we've talked about digital assets in general, right? We've talked about tokenization in general. We do see like the integration of digital assets into economic structures could tackle the financing challenges faced by SMEs and provide a more standardized and accessible approach to funding. But those efforts need to be complemented by upgraded regulations or new ones to enable the transparent and efficient use of digital tokens by investors and SMEs. Understand why I put a focus on regulations. Regulations are the biggest obstacle to adoption around this space. Like we talk about interoperability as being like a barrier to success, but it's also like regulations. Regulations are a pivotal, area that we need to jump over to have this entire space fully developed out. And we do see if the region gets it right, it could accelerate its economic integration, which is estimated to add $230 billion per year to regional GDP. It would also enhance resilience and digital readiness for the post-pandemic future. Yes, like when we look at things happening around this space, like it's very exciting, especially even if you go back in time to this report from the World Economic Forum where they said, around 10% of the global gross domestic product GDP is likely to be stored on the blockchain by 2027. By 2027, this entire space is going to be completely different, right? Like when we look at things happening around this space, things are really, really streamlining right now. Like we are seeing a lot of growth, a lot of, adoption, and I do think that this is only just the beginning. When we actually look at the World Economic Report, we actually do see here the survey results. Average year each tipping point is expected to occur. So currently we are in 2022, the Internet of and for things, wearable internet, 3D printing, and manufacturing. We also do see 2023. Now, this is where I actually don't agree with a few things, like this implantable technologies. I do not absolutely agree with that. That is beyond the spectrum. But we do see big data for decisions, vision as the new interface, our digital presence, government, and the blockchain, a supercomputer in your pocket. And then we do see by 2024, ubiquitous computing, 3D printing, and human health, the connect at home, 2025, 3D printing and consumer products, AI and white collar jobs, the sharing economy. And then we do see 2026, driverless cars, AI and decision making, smart cities. And then we do see by 2027, Bitcoin and the blockchain. Now, when we really kind of look at Bitcoin and the blockchain itself, things are looking pretty interesting here. As you do see, 10% of global cross-domestic products stored on blockchain technology, and the first AI machine on a corporate board of directors as well. Things are looking pretty crazy going, forward. But I do think that at some point in time, we will get to the point that crypto will take over. And I do think that crypto is going to be, a major opportunity for anybody who is looking at an asset class to get in early enough to not only achieve generational wealth, but also to achieve financial freedom. I think that crypto is the best opportunity for anybody who is young, old, no matter the age, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter what you are discussing. This is the perfect opportunity for everyone and anyone that wants to not only democratize their bank accounts, but also be a part of something much, much bigger than, just financial freedom as well. This is a revolution of many societies, of many industries, of many systems, and I do believe that Quant will play the pivotal role. I do think that Quant is going to be the power source behind it all, because we will need to have interoperability at its core of everything. So when we really look at these reports that 10% GDP will be stored on the blockchain, I do think that this is a very underwhelming statistic. I actually would argue that this statistic, because this report itself is from 2015. Just to give you guys a quick insight, this is from 2015. So when we look at it compared to where we are now, I would argue that there's going to be a much larger percentage than 10% stored on the blockchain. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys have more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.